we stopped. Apologies for previous classes that were missed due to some circumstances. So like I said, we'll continue from where we stopped. So I'll begin to share my screen now. Please, if you can see my screen, say hi so I can continue. Please say hi if you can continue, if you can see my screen. Blessing, can you see my screen? Blessing, can you see my
Yes,
screen?
we can see your screen.
All right, okay. All right, sir. Okay, so from where we stopped, we have looked at the lexis and structure parts of the English language from the JAM syllabus. We've looked at synonyms, antonyms, clauses, and the rest of it. Now, today we're going to be looking, and we also looked at the oral forms. We've looked at vowel sounds, monophthongs and diphthongs, consonants, consonants as well. Now, today we're going to be looking at rhymes. We're going to be looking at rhymes. So first of all, when we say rhyme, what do we mean by that? Rhymes. What do we mean by rhymes? So rhyming words are words that have similar sounds at the end of each word or syllable, such as cat and hat, or cake and bake. They are often used in poetry, song lyrics, and children's literature to create a rhythmic and memorable effect. Now, of course, let me not fail to mention that there are different patterns of rhymes, okay? We have rhymes that it could be only a single consonant letter, it could be, a consonant sound, it could be a single vowel sound. But in this case, we're looking more on this particular rhyme that talks about sounds at the end, okay, at the end of the word. So now here you have apple, chapel, grapple, snapple, and cackle. Now, it doesn't matter how it is spelled. When we talk about sounds, it doesn't matter how it is spelled. As you can see, the word apple here has double P, and this one has P-E-L. Okay, as long as it has the ending sound, chapel, apple, okay, cackle. Now, this one you have beef, chief, leave, thief, brief, grief, relief. You have bike, hike, like, mic, pike, strike. Now, you can find you'll find words like, questions like this during the exam. Of course, they'll bring out a word and to try to test, your understanding of what sounds are. Please take note, sounds are different from letters. A word can be spelled in one way, but it can be in English, it might be pronounced in a different way. So they might bring out a word and then they'll bring options. Some of those options may have similar spelling, okay? They will have similar spelling with the original word that they want you to look for a similar sound, a rhyming word. But most students make the mistake by choosing the one that looks similar to it in terms of the spelling. But we're looking at the sound and not the spelling. I think most of these ones here have similar spellings. We have a bike, hike, like, mic, pike, strike. We have bloom, room, gloom, zoom, etc. By the end of this class, I'll give you examples of some of those questions, maybe those words, and then we'll get options. Then you see which one has the same sound. So you have frost, lost, cost, boast, and then you also have post. All right. Of course, we have more words here. So we have hive, jive, drive, alive, strive, dive, etc. So all of these words, like I said, don't forget, have ending sounds. They have the same ending sound. Okay. Let me give you an example here. Sorry, just give me a moment. So if I have this word, Now, these two words, do they rhyme? Yes, they do. Now, it doesn't matter how they're spelled, okay? And the beginning sound or the beginning letter does not matter. What matters here is the ending. So you have I, you have hi. Now here, the beginning we have, yes, we have the h sound. Yes, it doesn't matter. As far as this rhyming pattern is concerned, we're concerned about the ending part. So we have I, and then we have hi here. So these two words basically rhyme. Okay, these two words actually rhyme. Let me look for another word. Okay. All right, let's just continue the class. Maybe towards the end, I'll get more examples. Okay, so we have here, we have zip, dip, lip, nip, etc. We have wheel, heel, peel, steal, reveal. We have vine, fine, line, tap, wrap. All of these words have the same ending sounds. Now, the next topic we have, okay, the next topic we have is word stress. Sorry, I'm a bit fast. I don't want to be cut off at any point. So I would like to go through it. If we have enough time, we can ask questions, all right? Now, the next topic we have here is word stress. Is what? Word stress. Now, word stress, also known as lexical stress or accent, refers to the emphasis placed on a syllable within a word. Now, in English, most words have one primary stressed syllable, which is pronounced with greater force, length, and pitch compared to the other syllables in a word. So if I want to say someone's name, for example, I want to say someone's name. Let's say Chidimma. And when I say Chidimma, the number of beats I have in the word, in the name or word Chidimma is what we call the syllable. Chidimma. Now, if you listen carefully, we have 3 syllables in this particular name. Now, in English, not all syllables are pronounced with equal emphasis. Okay, at a particular syllable, you're expected to raise up your voice a bit higher than the other syllables. Okay, we also have sentence syllables, don't forget, but for now we're dealing with the word syllable. Now, here you have an example here: photograph. Photograph. Now, as you can see, this word has 3 syllables here: photograph. Okay, but the first syllable is emphasized more than the others. Photograph. Photograph. Now, don't forget, we also have rules, all right? Just because they said some syllables must be emphasized more than the others, there are rules to it, okay? You have to follow the rules when, if you want to, as far as you're speaking English. Now, we have elephant, elephant. So here, the L is more pronounced than the others. Then you have computer, computer, not computer. Please take notes. So we have computer, computer. Now, if we want to transcribe this, for those of you who joined our class on vowels and consonant, if we want to transcribe, you see that we have the y sound in between. So we have p, y, oo. So we have pewter, computer in this word here. So now, in multi-syllable words, identifying the stressed syllable is important for correct pronunciation and understanding. In many cases, the placement of stress can change the meaning of a word. For example, conduct, conduct, which is a verb, versus conduct, conduct, which is noun. So one particular word can actually have 2 different ways of pronouncing it, okay, with stress. If you stress it one particular way, it becomes a verb. The stress is another way, it becomes a noun. So a particular word can actually, the way you emphasize it, some words can actually change the part of speech. Not all words, though, but some words. Now, rules of word stress. You have the rules of word stress in English can vary and are often influenced by factors such as word origin, syllable structure, and word class. We've talked about word class, okay? We've talked about nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, etc. So now, however, there are some general patterns and guidelines to follow. Now, please, as far as English language is concerned, even these rules I'm about to read to you guys or to teach you guys, please note that there are exceptions. Sometimes you might see a word, oh, it follows this rule, it follows this rule. English is not like mathematics, where if there's a particular solution for a particular problem or word problem, it just follows. You just follow the solution and then maybe the formula, and then it gives you you all arrive at a particular answer. English is not that way. Even if they give rules, they would still have exceptions. We have the first rule here: suffixes. In words with suffixes, the primary stress usually falls on the syllable just before the suffix. Okay, I'm sure we know what suffix is, right? The ending morpheme. You know, that morpheme, that extra sound or morpheme that you add at the end of the word. So in this word, you have understandable. The root word here is understand. Able here is able. If it's a normal word, it is able. But if it's attached as a suffix, it becomes able. So able here is the suffix, okay? It is added at the ending part of the word. If it's at the beginning, you have prefix. Prefix, if it comes before the word, for example, misunderstanding or misunderstand. So miss is a prefix, but in this case, we'll have suffix here. So now for the suffix, it says in words with suffixes, the primary stress usually falls on the syllable before the suffix. All right, for example, you have understandable, understandable, then you have development, development, development. Now, word class. Word class also plays a role in the way you pronounce it, okay? As far as stress is concerned. So we have in words with multiple syllables, nouns, adjectives, and verbs. Sometimes a word can be a verb, it can be a noun, it can even be an adjective. Now, often have different stress patterns. For example, present, present, then we'll have sorry, present. The first one is present, and then the second one is present. Present. So this one refers to you presenting something, maybe for a seminar or something, your presentation. Now here, this one is present. Sorry, present rather. Present. So this one is a gift that someone gives to you. Then you also have prefixes. The primary stress in words with prefixes typically falls on the root or base word rather than the prefix itself. So like I said before, prefix is the morpheme that comes before the root word. You know? Okay, so you have unhappy, unhappy. So you have unhappy. The next is reconsider, reconsider. Now we also have compound words. In compound words, each part of the compound may retain its original stress. For example, blackbird, firefighter, blackbird, firefighter. Now suffixes ending with IC, SION, TION, you have IC in words like fantastic, fantastic, often have stress on the syllable before these suffixes. So we have fantastic, decision, decision, condition, condition. Then word origin. The origin of a word can influence its stress pattern. For example, words of Latin origin tend to follow different stress patterns than words of Germanic origin.
Hello, ma. Please, I have a question, ma.
Okay.
Ma, I really don't understand. I usually come across such. Sorry, ma. This Please, ma. Can you go up a little bit, ma? Okay. Yes. This uppercase word. This is it the suffix. Is a suffix.
Yes, yes.
So yes. So I don't know why this capital letter. I really don't understand the word, the capital letter at the middle.
The capital letter is the stress we're talking about.
Okay, ma.
Now, stress.
But sorry.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, ma. But in exam, when I usually come across it, I really don't understand it because they won't put this. There is a way I saw it on my Jump app when I was reading, so I wanted to screenshot it so I will explain it better so you understand.
Okay.
Yes, because I don't understand it. There is a word they will put. They'll say you should choose. like different word, the expectation, now they will put it in a, for example, now
Okay,
if they
okay, now
write expectation,
let me
it will,
see
let
if
me,
I understand what you mean. Let me see if I understand what you mean. Now, for example, you
okay,
have
ma.
fantastic. Now, here,
Yes,
fantastic,
yes, ma.
the stress, they put capital letters T, A, and S, right? Another option,
Yes,
they'll put capital letters F, A, and N. Another option, they'll put capital letters T, I, and C. Is that not what you mean?
yes, ma. But the one I'm saying is still maybe the TAS will be the first. How will I? Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
Exactly. So what they want you to do is to look for the one. Now, basically, as far as stress is concerned, okay, if the question is on stress, the one that has the stress in the word, the emphasis is the one they will write capital letter. So they want to know which one is the correct one that has the correct stress pattern.
Okay, ma.
Yeah, so you have to follow. Okay, now see, sometimes pronouncing these words to also help you. I know that we're not native speakers of English language, okay? But pronouncing the words too will also help.
Okay, ma.
Here, don't worry, we'll look at past questions. All we have to do now is to follow up the class and look at the topics, and then we come back again to all the topics using past questions. Is that okay?
All right, ma.
Yeah. But still ask your questions. If there's any part you don't understand, please ask, all right?
Okay, ma.
Yeah, so I was talking
Good
about
evening,
word
ma.
origin. Yes, where are you from, please? Where are you from?
Sorry, ma, are you talking to me?
Yes, the one who asked the
Okay.
question. Where are you from?
Okay, from Abuja, ma. From
Okay, you're from
Nigeria.
Abuja. All right,
Yes,
okay.
ma.
I'm not sure if I know how they spell their words or they pronounce their words in house as far as linguistic is concerned, but in Delta State, I'm not from Delta, by the way. In Delta State, okay, let me use just an
Oh,
example here.
sorry.
In Delta State,
Sorry. I thought you asked where I am. I'm from Edo State, ma.
okay, from
Edo
Edo State,
State.
okay now. Now
Yes, ma.
In Delta State, they might have things like this. They use K, so they use E, W, and V together. So you can have a name like this, Kewe. Have you heard of this
Yeah.
before?
Yes,
Good.
ma.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Do you know that for this root, as far as Urobo, I'm not sure if it's Urobo or Isoko, as far as this root is concerned, W and V actually gives w sound. Am I correct?
Yes, ma.
Yeah, good. So when you see such words like this, you would know that this is from Delta State. I know that it's from Delta State. And I think there are some roots, there are some origins that, for example, Oedipus. Sorry, Oedipus. Is it? Yeah, Oedipus. Now, this OE, once you see in most words, as far as spelling is concerned, once you see OE, I think it's Latin. Is it Latin? Yes, Latin. And then some words like let me think of French right now. I'm thinking of French. French, yes, French in some words in French, when they use CH, it is still pronounced as SH in English, like sh, sh,
Chef.
chef. Okay, in French, they still say chef. All right. So meanwhile, it's spelled CH. When you see some words like some words that are spelled like this and they are pronounced with sh, know that it is from French. I'm not sure I've come across any English word that is spelled with CH and is pronounced as sh. Take note, English has a lot of borrowed words. Okay, I don't know if you've heard of that before. English has a lot of borrowed words, and that's why there are some words that when you check their origin, you should know that this spelling, this word is not from English. It's either from Latin, from Greek, from different countries, different. Or the origin of a word actually plays a role in how you stress the word. Okay. Now we also have general patterns. While there are exceptions, there are some general patterns in English word stress. For example, stress often falls. Sorry.
Ma, I wanted to ask a question or say
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much. I was actually having issues with this particular topic, so it's actually helping, but I don't really get the prefix parts. I understand the rest, but I was trying to like get you were talking about that there's no formula in English, but I think this is actually giving me formula to know the correct answer,
Oh,
but I
yes.
don't really get the explanation for the prefix. Can you please go back to it and explain it more?
Okay, so here it says the primary stress in words with prefixes typically falls on the root or base word. I think that's a mistake there. Rather than the prefix itself. Okay, I'll look for more examples. But here it actually falls under the prefix itself. Oh my God. So it actually falls under the prefix itself. And that's why I said English does not have a particular rule. Even if it has a rule, there must be an exception. That's English for you. So now what they're trying to say is the stress mostly is on the prefix itself. You know what a prefix is, right?
Yes, ma. Yes, ma.
So it's on the base word, okay? But in this case now, we even have the stress on the prefix here, unhappy.
Yes, ma.
I'll look for more examples to show that particular one, okay? The particular
Okay.
rule. Yes.
Okay,
Please,
ma.
where was I?
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, now we have general patterns. While there are exceptions, there are general rule. Okay, for instance, falls on the first syllable of two-syllable nouns. Then we have adjectives. While it often falls on the second syllable in two-syllable words. Okay, now we have, in English, there are two main, sorry, I have a picture here. Okay, so here we have a picture of a list of nouns with stress in their first syllable. All right, now you have the first one, victory. Victory, you have unit, you have storage, table, treatment, treasury, target, visit, system, survey, village, surgery. I can't pronounce all of the words, but let me give an example. Let's say, now let's try to transcribe the word victory. Okay, I don't know if you were in a vowels and consonant class, but let's try to transcribe the word victory. So of course you have your opening. Sorry, let me take these out. If you check a dictionary, basically, if you check a dictionary, you see, the first thing you see, even before the meaning of the word, is a transcription. Now, the transcription basically gives you it gives you an idea of how the word is supposed to be pronounced. So let's say victory. Of course, we have the sound, okay, then we have I, T. Sorry, capital letters, supposed to be small letter. Vic. I can't draw the schwa sound, but I think there's supposed to be schwa sound there, then re, victory. Okay, then we have the closing. Now, as far as the stress is concerned, if it's a primary stress, you have something like this. So please manage this, I think. Okay, you have something like this that looks like an apostrophe there. How many of you have seen this in the dictionary?
I have.
Good. So when you see that, anywhere you see that, it means it is that particular syllable that is supposed to be emphasized. There's supposed to be stress. If I have this here, now for example, I don't have the stress mark here. If I have this maybe in the second syllable here, like this, you should know that because it is before the syllable, I'm supposed to emphasize on that one. But as far as vowels with two syllables are nouns with two syllables are concerned, most of them are emphasized on the first syllable. So we have victory, victory.
Sorry.
Okay?
Sorry, ma.
Yes. Please shoot.
Ma, I was having a conversation with somebody. Sorry, ma.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were asking a question. So
No, ma,
now all of
I didn't know my audio was on.
okay. Now we have victory, unit. The syllable, the stress here is on the first syllable, victory. Now, if they want to spell it in the exam, of course, the correct option will be capital VIC and then small, like so. Now, this is the correct stress pattern when it comes to, for example, it's in your question. You see a word like this, you should know that the beginning syllable is where the stress is, okay? And that's how it's going to be spelled, with capital letter V-I-C. Treatment, treasury, target, visit, system, survey, village, surgery, surface, summit, tower, total, topic, winter, winner. I think someone should help us to pronounce these words, please. You can pronounce 3, another person pronounces 3. Let's go. I stopped at winter. Try and pronounce it. Let's hear the stress in the first syllables.
Window, wind, welfare, weather,
Okay.
water,
Say it again.
water.
Water.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Volume,
Okay.
treaty, sorry.
Treaty.
Treaty, yeah,
Yes.
treaty.
Someone else should try. Someone else should try, please.
Vision,
What? Vision, okay? Vision.
theater,
Theater.
theater.
All right.
Tasha,
Next. Okay,
Tasha,
Thatcher. All right.
Terry,
Terry. The next is territory, pension, violence, video, strategy, trouble, trial. Now, please take note. I think there was a word with single syllable, wind. I think in English rule, I'm not sure. Of course, the rule states that every word that is that has one syllable is stressed normally, naturally is stressed. So the stress pattern or the stress rules basically applies to words beginning from 2 syllables. Okay, so let's check. I think there are other pictures here. Let me see. All right, all words that have more than 1 syllable have what is called word stress. At least one of the syllables will be longer and louder than the other words. So how do we say these words? Photograph, photography, photographic, pencil, Canada, committee, society, volunteer, information. Okay, we've seen this one. All right, now there's something I mentioned before. I said there are other. Okay, I was talking about rhyming words, all right? Now, for the rhyming words that I said, there are other rhymes you might see. Anyway, this is more in literature, but I still need to mention it, okay? Now, this is also a rhyming pattern. Now, this basically alliteration, when you hear alliteration, basically is a repetition of a particular consonant sound. Now you have a particular consonant sound. So if you choose a particular consonant sound, it could be b, it could be k, it could
sorry,
be
ma.
d.
Sorry, ma. Please, can you zoom in a bit?
Okay, sorry.
Mm.
All right, so alliteration is a repetition of the first letter within a group of words. So you have a particular consonant sound that you choose, okay? And you decide to repeat it in the first of each word. So here you have Peter picked a peck of pickled peppers. So here you have the p, alliterating. You have Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Mary made magnificent muffins on Monday. So you have alliterating here. Now this rule still remains. The spelling of the word does not matter. Okay, the spelling of the word does not matter. It is the sound that matters. Now, for example, you have Peter picked pickled peppers. Don't make the mistake of saying, for example, the word phone. Phone is spelled with Phone. and you decide, okay, because you want to make rhyming words or you want to make alliteration, you now add phone here. Phone, yes, it has letter P, but it does not have the P sound. So in that case, the phone there is wrong, okay? That also applies to rhyming questions. So maybe you have phone, Peter, pick, and then they're asking you to look for the odd one. Obviously, the odd one is phone. Yes, it has the letter P, but it doesn't have the sound P. Take note of that. Same with S here. You have letter S, and then you decide to add the word fish. Sorry, not fish, shoe, okay? Shoe. Shoe is S-H-O-E. Yes, it has letter S, but it's not pronounced. In that word, the S is merged with the letter H as a digraph to produce the sound sh. And that's why you can't add it to maybe a group like this. If you're asked to select the odd one, of course, the shoe would be the odd one, okay? Same topic here. You have Lily received fancy flowers. Fancy flowers, you have. Now, in this case that you have fancy flowers, you can actually add the word phone. Phone here can actually fit in. Yes, it is spelled with P, but it has the F sound, so it fits in here perfectly. So you have green grass grew. Green grass grew. Of course, this the G here alliterates, but you cannot add the word words like Germany, germs. Yes, it is spelled with G-E-R-M, but it does not rhyme with the sound here, G. So maybe you have green grass grew, then you have germ, G-E-R-M, and you are asked to choose the odd one. Obviously, the odd one is germ because it doesn't have the sound G, okay? Now, the opposite of alliteration here is assonance, all right? Assonance, on the other hand, is not for consonants, it's used for vowel sounds. I'm sure we know our vowel sounds. So instead of using the same particular consonant sound in a particular row, okay, to create the alliteration, for assonance, it is more with the vowel sound. So assonance is a literary device that involves the repetition of vowel sounds within words or phrases. Here are some examples of assonance and what they mean. For example, you have the cat in the hat. The cat in the hat. Now, of course, here you have ah, 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 ah in the middle, repeating. So this is what we call assonance. You have a fleet of sleek green machines. A fleet of sleek green machines. So you have E, E, E here, repeated. Now, the same sound rule here, I can have, do you know there's some words that might be spelled maybe in a row? You have, let me think of an example. There are some words that might have EA, okay, EA that are not pronounced as E. For example, bread. Let's say I have words like sea, S-E-A, to go and the sea, you know, the big water, sea, and then I have bread. Yes, I might have EA for sea, EA for bread, but they don't have the same vowel sound in the middle. One is E, C, and then the other is E, EA, still giving you E. So as far as sound is concerned, you don't look at the spelling. Pronounce the words yourself to give you that confirmation before you choose a particular option. Is that understood? Now here we have types of word stress. Sorry for digressing a bit. I needed to trash that. Now, types of word stress. You have primary stress. Primary stress is the example I gave here. So here, this one here is the primary stress. Now for secondary stress, okay, primary stress, this is the strongest stress in a word, okay? The strongest one, the primary one, the main one, and it's typically indicated by a higher pitch. So your voice goes higher, longer, okay? And then greater loudness compared to other syllables in the word. In most multi-syllable words, there's only one primary stressed syllable. So for example, you have photograph. The primary stress falls on the second syllable. Photograph. Okay, then we have words like education. Can we try it, please? Let's see education. Okay, this word is also, it has multiple syllables here. Let's try education. Can someone try? Just guess where the syllable is.
I think due is the stress.
Pronounce it yourself. Pronounce it first.
Education.
Okay. Do we all agree with her? Do we all agree with her?
No, ma. Education.
So where is the stress?
CA.
Okay, let me see. Let's transcribe. So here we have.
Yeah.
Sorry. You need to. I'm looking for that small letter Z, the one that looks like.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't manage this. But this is not the Z sound, please. Education. Education. I don't know if I'll have the small letter. Ah. Okay, let me quickly draw it. Please just manage this, okay? So education. And this right here is that other S. It's not really S, but it looks like S, but it's longer. Education. Now the stress is just, I think the second person is correct. Education. Education. So this is where the stress is. Now in this case, this is what we call the primary stress. Okay, there are some words that have the secondary stress. In such words, for example, you see something like this, maybe like a, yeah. Now that one is at the bottom. In the transcription, you see it at the bottom there. It indicates that this one, it may be stressed a little, but it's not as stressed as the primary stress. So the next one we have is the secondary stress. Some longer words may have secondary stresses in addition to the primary stress. Secondary stress is weaker than the primary stress, but still longer than
You have
stress
less than 1 minute to go.
Okay, sorry. It is indicated by a slightly higher pitch and longer duration compared to unstressed syllables. For example, commercial. Commercial. The primary stress falls on the third syllable, show. And then the secondary stress falls on the first syllable,